definitely you can hear the Spirit speaking in the way people are hearing what they're hearing in the gospel reading every day, and being surprised by some of the things that they're actually saying. Like, I didn't intend to say this, but I'm hearing the Holy Spirit prompt me to say this. And then in working through the discernment process in the groups, which is very difficult not to jump to a solution.
And we're all sort of like on the same page. We're very, very different, very diverse backgrounds, very different sort of experiences of church and everything. But right at this moment, there's been a whole new breakthrough where we just sort of sat back there and we started laughing at one another, because all of a sudden we were sort of one. It was sort of because I think the text that was used took us to a deeper place where we actually were speaking more from the heart, and consequently we found then we've got a commonality in our understanding of things that we didn't have at the beginning, even though we're still diverse, but it's taken us to a deeper place of unity in the Spirit. So I think that's been very helpful. It was just around the idea of what is conversion. And I think what happened is today we just realised we're all in the process of being converted, and the Lord's taking us more deeply into communion with Him. And that's what we have to bring to the world, the experience of God's love.
So I didn't know what to expect, and I think not many people knew what to expect. And I think it's a wonderful experience of prayer. Something we ask for the Holy Spirit to be present during the sessions, during our time, during the plenary council. I thought there would be just a reflection about questions, but I could see that because of the prayer focus, which we start every session with the prayers and group discussions with the prayers, to change the focus on and rely on the Holy Spirit to work with us and in us through this reflection during this sessions. So it's a wonderful experience of a prayer and sharing our thoughts, our reflections.
I really worked hard not to have an expectation of what I would like to say. As I've said to people I've worked with in the diocese, there were at one stage 283 delegates. Every one of them would have an agenda, a plan for what the church should be doing, and everything would be okay. And although there would be overlaps, there would be 283 different agendas. So I tried really, really hard not to come in with an agenda, to listen to what the people in my diocese were saying, and be open to whatever happens. And I'd have to say, in my personal spirituality, I'm not really a Holy Spirit person. I'm a Trinity person, if you can understand that. So to keep using Holy Spirit language has, again, been a stretch for me. And to actually do it is an even bigger stretch, to really sit there and go with where the Spirit's moving you, and even then accept that the Spirit's moving us in different ways and we're using different language. And I still trust it will all come together, but I knew it wouldn't be an easy thing to do, because it isn't part of how we normally live.
I think the diversity is good. I think it's better to be real about who we are as church rather than sort of put up some pretend thing. I think that's been very challenging for us, of course. And we've opened up a lot of the wounds that are there. But I think it was a good thing to do, to open up the wounds and to really acknowledge who we are together as a church. Weak and vulnerable, broken and sinful, wounded.
And I think the best way is just helping listening to people, being open to others, what they say. So that the plenary counseling allows us to listen to each other and listen to people, and allows the Holy Spirit to work in us and through us. And it's a wonderful opportunity to listen to different voices from different parts of Australia, not only just in one part. So it's a very good experience of listening and allowing Holy Spirit to work in us and through us, and discovering different issues and challenges in here which we face in order to move forward.
If we only had till Sunday, we'd be very unfinished. But having the extra time in between the first plenary and the second, I think, is going to really be very helpful, I think. So things can gel, they can percolate up a bit more. We can sort of sort out what's our highest priorities and everything, so that the more conclusive thing can come the next time. I think we'll be much more matured by then than trying to do it right now. Be too rushed right now. Yeah.